Good evening, everybody. All right, it's game development night. I'm gonna keep working with Godot here. I have no I have no camera here because I'm switching back over to the setup on the PC, and everything is mostly here except for the fact that right now I don't have the camera connected. Got everything else there though, so I'm still. Let me know if the audio levels are good because I'm still moving it all over. All right, and I'm not sure if the chat window is actually working, so let me check that here. The on-screen chat window, that is. So let me check this. Hang on. Because it's still hit and miss with OBS on the on my Mac right now with Sonoma. So let's have a look here. I gotta check this. Overlays. Gotta find the right one. I think it's this one. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. Let me test this. Hang on. Where is the test button? All right, let's do that right there. Okay, it is working. I can't spell, but there you go. All right, yeah, let's get into this. So, done a lot of work on this since we last looked at this together. There is some other screens now in here. I got some basic designs, so the buttons are in here. We also have some other things going on. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm not sure how this is going to work out here. I'm capturing the Mac through HDMI, so we'll see what happens here. All right. Going to test the jump button. We got the jump button, if I can jump, and we should have the up arrow. Yes. So we've got the scores working in here. I'm going to jump over that right there. And I've actually now got the new high score panel in here working as well. What I don't have right now is the persistent storage between sessions. That's going to be what I work on today. So, or one of the things anyway. So we got that in there. Settings screen doesn't do anything. Help screen doesn't do anything. They're not connected yet. All right. And then if I get a score less than high score 2, you can see up here, it's telling me it's the highest score. I should not see the box. Let's check that. Good deal. Now I got to get a score more than 2. All right, so now it should tell me I got a new high score. And indeed it does. There you go. Outstanding, right? Okay, let's keep working on this. Okay. I do have some plugins in here, by the way. I found some great plugins. Let me talk about those quickly. So the first one converts, you know how you have the script list? Maybe you don't. Let me show you. If you have some scripts open, let's just open one up here. Right, say this one. It's normally in a list on the left here, and I'm just not, my brain is having to adapt every time to the weird way that I can have that open list. So plugin that I'm using here, I'll give you the name of it. Hold on. This one is called the Script IDE, and it just converts them to tabs, right? Let me open another one here, show you what I'm talking about. And this is super helpful for my brain. Let me find another script. This one. See how they're now tabs? This is much more like the way I'm used to working, so I'm going to go with this. It also has, you can't really see it here, there's not a lot of script in this. It also has a mini map here, if you're into that kind of thing. And then I can see a list of the functions here that I can quickly jump to as well. This is super useful for me, so that's one of the plugins. Another couple I've got here, I've not fully taken advantage of them all yet. The save system and the alignment tool have not got into too much, but this one's nice. The project resolution here, and all of these are, I got all of these on GitHub, and they're in the Godot listing. The one here, that one here, let me show you this right here. I can click on this and I can get project resolution or any of these other resolutions very quickly by just checking them, right? So if I do 1080, 1920, right? I'm going to check on that one and hit play. I can change it to that resolution very quickly to check it, right? The one that I want here right now for convenience is going to be 1920, 1080. Where are you? There you go. That actually on this resolution, that's going to be quite big because I've got a reasonably low resolution here right now. So I am going to shrink it down to, let's try something smaller, 720 by 405, right? This is a great way of checking what things look like, by the way, at each resolution. You can see that I've not got any placement stuff working for the UI yet and everything, no scaling. So I got to work on all of those things. But this makes it super easy to just check all of those different resolutions. The native resolution for this app is 1920, 1080, or this game, I should say. So by me just setting it there, that's going to do that for me, right? I don't need the native resolution of the screen, though. So, okay, let's do it this way. We'll do it there. That is the resolution that the game is designed for. Should not be able... Yeah, I can't resize there. Okay. So that's how all of this is working, right? So that's just some plugins that I've got here to help make my life just that little bit easier as I'm working through on these things. All right, hang on, let me click a couple of buttons here. It's kind of weird that I keep looking to the camera to talk to it even though I know it's not turned on, right? Okay. So, a couple of things. Yeah, I got a couple of things to work on here. Let's get this out the way. Let's go back to our scenes. A couple of changes that I made I want to talk about that are important. Especially for folks who are not familiar with Godot. Kind of picking this up as I go. As you know, I've spoken about this before. Auto load scripts, right? So for the player data, things like score, high score, I've refactored it into its own class, if you like, for code and put them in there. And the reason being is the player data has to exist across many different scenes, right? And for that, what we're really talking about is global space, but you don't really want to be doing globals in Godot is what it tells me. But there's a good way of doing this, and that is this idea. If I go to the project settings, over in the project settings, there is this auto load tab. Now on this auto load tab, you can put in here scripts. You can create them and put them in here. And what this does is when the game runs, it's going to automatically load up these scripts and run them. So they're kind of like in many ways a singleton, if you're familiar with that, but they're not a true singleton. You could have multiple instances of the same script, but this is a way to have these scripts fire up, be available within the, in air quotes, global space within the app, right? So I've got this player data one here, for example, right? Which is that script that I'm showing you right now. So that's this script. So when the game starts, this is initiated and created. So this is great, sets my scores to 0. In between levels and everything else, it exists. So I could switch levels, do whatever I want, and it's going to be there. Now, the other beauty of this is, if I load up one of the levels, right, I can access that script very easily. Here's an example. All I got to do is type in that name, player data, right? And I don't have to import or anything else, extend or any of that. It just exists because it's automatically executed for me when the app starts. And then I can go in and I can access it. That is how this works, right? So this is a great solution to that problem. Now, the only problem I've not solved with this script yet is I don't have, it's not persistent between each run of the app, right? There is no persistent storage. So that is something that needs to be resolved here, along with, I'm going to try out an add-on that I have here called Save System. And let me open this up here. And it's credit to the, again, all of these come from the Godot add-on listings. Most of them always end up pointing back to a repo. And what I like with this is, I give credit here. This is beautifully documented, right? There's lots of documentation in line with the code. Let me go to this one. Here's here's a editor plugin, is what this is, but it's in there. You've got access to the config. Adam Kormos, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Hopefully I am, is the author. I have not tried this yet, but it got good reviews. So I want to look at this, see if this can make it. It supposedly makes it easier. By the way, here's the mini map now in use over here, right? So I've now got a mini map if I need it. And I can access resources and whatnot over here. But this is the plugin I'm going to try and use to do this in the save system. So this one is in. I've already added it here. Let me check that I did get that in there. I think I saw it. Yeah, so save system is available again. It'll automatically execute when the game starts up and it will be there. So that's cool. So that's what we've got going on there. This is what we're going to try and take advantage of. Now, where I'm going to put it is in the player data here, because let me keep the game scene open. I'm going to want that. I'm going to want that right there. So let's just... Whew, that green is bright on this. All right, there we go. But over here on the player data script, that's the one we're going to care about here. And where I'm going to want to put this, so when the player dies, right here, right, you know, we check that the high score, whether it's a new high score or not. If it is, I set the value of high score. If it isn't, we just carry on. It's also where this way I can also use this to check, okay, do I need to show that the new new high score animation, all of these things here, right? Now, the player data is the data that needs to persist right now between saves. So this is really where this needs to exist. So we're going to mess with it in here. What I need here is I also need to look at the documentation. So, I'm trying to think, did I use Safari? I think I used Safari for it. Did it have a, I should have checked this. Do we have a link in? Oh, actually, it doesn't even have a README in here. Some of these other ones, like the script IDE, have READMEs and stuff. This one doesn't. So, hang on. Let me try and find the information again. Okay. Nope. I'll have to dig this one up. I think I started on GitHub. Give me a second. I don't need some of these. Your stars. There it is. Save made easy. Okay, let's take a look at this together. Instructions. Download the plugin. Did that. Put it in the right place. Did that. By the way, these add-ons exist within each project. So, great way to maintain these because they'll get stored with your repo if you're using one. But you don't have to worry about installing them to the editor every time. Every time if I don't need them and I'm using some other game that I've created, they're not going to load in because they don't exist in that game, that repo or project, however you want to phrase it. So that's in there. It's all turned on. Documentation. All right. Well, while you can find complete documentation in the plugin code, let me highlight the most important functions. Yeah. So most important functions obviously is a set var and a get var. This is used for storing, the other one's used for retrieving, right? That's what we're going with here. There's some delete options. We can check and see if it has the key. And then there's a save. Use this to save data and write the file. You can also notice, can also notice functions intended for internal use. All right. So there is an example here, and it does. This one is in the documentation. Sorry, in the code, right? So basically, you get a variable. You've got some value. You can set it with a name, right? And then once you have done that, you can get them back. That should be all that's needed. Hey, Coco Type. How you doing, buddy? Where is anything? What do you mean? Where is anything? Oh, I just suspect you're starting with humor. Yeah. So sets, and then gets and save is where we're going with this, right? Before I forget, let me change this over because I know I'm going to forget. There you go. Okay, so let me open up the code here, right? So this is that plugin that gives me them here. You can see there's the gets, the sets, and all of that stuff, right? Assign a value to a key. So what we should be able to do, and it does according to the documentation, encryption, and those kind of things. This is not a huge priority on this because the saved file is stores. It has some information specific to a few things. I'm not going to go into them because I don't want you to be able to not going to make the hacking of the save file easy for you, but there are some things in there to prevent you from sharing them. Let's put it that way. Nothing doesn't do anything to your system. It's just the way it encrypts the data, basically. So we should be able to go in here. So the one we care about is the high score, right? So if the score is more than the player's high score, show the high score box, which, just to remind you, oh, the sound is working, just no camera. Oh, is that what where is anything means? Yeah, if you was here at the beginning of the stream, I said that I'm back. This is streaming from my PC box, because OBS is just somewhat hit and miss on Sonoma or my Mac, so I'm streaming my Mac into my PC box, but I don't have enough empty ports right now to plug the camera in, so yeah. So you will see that new high score up there, right? And just to quickly cover this, on the UI here, there is, let me open up the scene for it. There it is. There is a, jump on the right thing. High score alert, right, has an animation. And it just bounces down is all it does. Nothing too fancy, but it's good enough for what we want here. And that's how I did that, just very straightforward. Okay, but over here in the, let's go back, player data. So check is high score. If it is a high score, for testing purposes, for the way we're going to do this right now, I'm going to do the persistent storage right here. Probably not the best way to go in the long term, because I'm going to probably want to save out the settings, but I want to just get this working and know that this plugin and that is the add-on is the way I want to go. So we set the player high score here. Let's do save system dot save. Let me go back to the documentation. Did I? Nope, there it is. So actually, sorry. Let's just take one of these. Before we do the save. Save system dot set var. Let's just call this player high score, because I am going to want to see this in the save file, see if I can reverse engineer it. And then all we're going to put in there is player high score. And then we're going to tell the system to save it. I think that is all I need to do, which will be beautifully simple if that's all I need to do. Let's run it and find out. It's not going to load it right now, but let's run it and find out. Let's get a score more than 0. Okay, so there it should have saved it. A resub from Mono? Thank you, buddy. Looking great today. Oh, I see what you did there, because you can't see me. The last laugh is on you because I do look great today. I really don't. Okay, so let's now... It gave me no indication that that didn't work. Show us. Hey, if I had an extra USB-C socket on my my PC, I would. Unfortunately, Here's the weird part on my PC. It's got two USB-C sockets. One of them is a Thunderbolt one, which is the one with more power, really, at the end of the day. And if I plug the camera into the other one, it just doesn't work, is the answer. But, of course, as I say that, thinking to myself, but you know what? I haven't tested it today because I'm using a powered USB-C hub for everything else now on the PC because I've got all the streaming gear. So, actually, let me try it. Give me 1 second here to grab an adapter, and I'll give it a go. You never know. We might both be surprised. I should also point out that if I'm using the capture. Did you get sound, by the way? Because I don't hear the desktop sound. So hold on. I think you got the SE alerts sound, right? All right. No sticker sounds. Hang on. I think that's the desktop. Try it again. I had desktop audio muted because I wasn't sure. I actually don't have a fiddle. Nope. Nope, sorry. In my mind, I'm playing it. All right, hang on. Let's see here. Let's try it. Hang on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go over here. Do I have a violin? I don't have a violin. No, I don't have a Sherlock Holmes violin. Yeah, I believe Coco Type has a fiddle, right? Don't you? Hang on. Okay, so I see I don't hear the sound, but I see that spiking up there. So hopefully, looks like the mic might be a little hot. Let me turn the mic down a little. There you go. That's probably less hot, right? Let me see here. Hang on. Let's. FBI, open up! Yeah, well, I'm going to completely ignore that redeem right now because I'm working this stuff out. You should have known better. Let me look at the stream sources here. Keep that one, and you can redeem that one some other time. Just tell me, but you ain't doing it now. All right. Let's see here. I think I gotta turn something on here, right? Hang on. ES Webcam Utility Pro. An awkward no voice, no camera stream. Yeah. Only fractionally awkward than the rest. Captain Fubar, how you doing? Hearing all the sounds. Thank you. Yeah, I'm working on the camera. How you doing, Captain Fubar? Let's see here. Maybe it'll power up. I doubt it, but we can live in hope. Yeah, see, it's not picking it up on that port. So we are pretty much screwed right now. Because I've used every port for everything. And there just isn't enough left for the camera. So that'll have to wait for another day. Sorry. Well, not that sorry. Yeah, seriously, download more reports, right? Okay, let's get back to this. All right. turn that off. Go back to all the things. Make sure I got all the things. All the things. So I know. I don't know. You know. Let's face it. We all know that everybody comes for the face, not the code, because we've seen the code. Yeah, exactly. See? Thank you. We are unanimous on this. All right. So hopefully this is done the save. Let's do the load, right? Let's see if that can work for us. It's going to automatically load it, but when this is ready, we're going to want to have the save system. I don't think I need a load, right? Let's just do a get. What did I say it was? Get var? I think I did, right? Let's look at this. Yeah. So we're just going to get the var, right? Get the var Bob. Get Bob. Oh, maybe Bob A. Bob B. Okay, yeah. All right, so we're going to get whatever I called it. Anyone? And let's just have player high score equal that. If we're lucky, little method list you got there in the editor. What is the name of the add-on? Yes, I love this add-on. This add-on is script-IDE. It is fabulous. It gives me these tabs, gives me this, and gives me a little mini map. Love it. Yeah, you bet. I got it from it was in the list of add-ons, but let me see if I've got my, give me 1 second. I might have the URL on the history to make life easier. The mini map is standard. Okay, maybe I never noticed that. Thank you. Hold on, I gotta, let's see here. I think, I'm not sure if I started that one or not. Hang on. I think I forgot to star that one. Yeah, I did. It's listed in the Godot add-ons. If you just look for Save IDE, it's in there. Yeah, for me, the tabs were... It's actually the tabs is the reason I got the plugin to begin with, because my brain just kept forgetting about that list. And funny enough, I guess I'm not the only one, because when I mentioned this on something, I think I mentioned it on something, someone got back to me on Twitter. No, Mastodon, and said, hey, tell me about this. I have the same problem. So yeah, the tabs was the thing. All right, let's try this. It's either going to bomb or I'll be surprised and it'll work. No, it's going to bomb. Try and assign the value of nil to the type in. Okay, so I am going to have to do, let me copy that. We are going to have to do save system loaded. I think I said it was, didn't I? Yeah. But let me look that up. What's Twitter? Yeah. X that one out, right? Oh, see what I did there. Oh. Go backwards. No, go backwards again. No, go forwards. There you go. Loaded. Okay, it's going to be in the code. All right. Save system. Come on, go away. Not sure if it was. I think it's this one. Save. Da 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 da. Load. It's got to be in here somewhere. Right, load. Has. Oh no, that's the one that checks if it exists. Loaded. There it is. So it's a signal. All right. Okay, this is gonna. This will. Let's put that back in there for now. Let's get below here. Save system. Oh, it's not going to be on there, is it? Okay. Now I got to remember how I will listen for that signal on here. Select the T node first. T node. Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, it's a T node. Well, there is no node for this. That's it, right? That's the. So I should explain. Let me go back. This is an auto load right here, right? With the save system. Yeah. Oh, but actually, wait though. I can still set that up over here, can't I? Can't I do like? I got to try and remember this. Singleton to connect. In ready. All right, hold on. Save system. Well, what I want to do is respond to this signal, right? Oh, okay. It says that's how that works. Okay. Loaded. Okay, I did not know that. Ah, that is going to be handy because I had a situation the other day. I needed something exactly like that. All right. Player data loaded. And Captain Fubai, you'll know the answer to this. I can't remember the naming convention for functions. Is it camel case? I got a feeling I got it wrong and it's not camel case. Snake case, thank you. Yeah. So I've already screwed up my code. I'll have to fix that. The other day I was like, wait, I don't think I got this right. So I'm going to have to fix that. Let's start with that one there. Player data loaded. I can use camel case, thank you. But if the best practice is snake, I'd rather teach my brain the proper way, you know. Player high score equals player data. Oh, wait. I already have it here. Do whatever is more comfortable for you. Yeah. But if other people one day work on this, I'm worried that they'll expect something else. Guidelines are just that, guidelines. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Let's try it. Oh, I didn't stop the old one. Actually, I think it's already worked because I can see the high score 1. So I may already be there. Let's go to high score 2. Even I can get a high score of 2. Only thing I recommend is using snake case for file naming. Thank you. I do actually have some non-snake case, so I got to fix those. I want to do it right. So okay, so I got a high score of 2, right? Let's stop it, run it. We should automatically load a high score of 2. Boom, there you go, working. Case sensitive OS. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right, so no high score, no nothing to show this time. Good deal. All right, that's that working. Check that off the list. By the way, Captain Fubo, another cool plugin I found here is, I'm going to sneeze. Hang on one second. Sorry. If you collaborate with people on Windows and Linux, Mac, it can cause problems renaming files with the version system. That's fair. I actually have hit that with Unity, even by myself, switching on between my platforms here. Yeah. High scoring game, but the overlay is high score, aka hello score. Oh, mono. You're lucky I don't have my sound effects, buddy. I need to put a tumbleweed in there for you. Yes, this project resolution is another cool plugin I've got here to switch the play resolutions quickly. Works really nicely. It also told me that my UI is completely broken at different sizes. Oh, was a question. Is it dad jokes o'clock? With mono, it's always dad jokes o'clock. Yeah. See, if the camera was on, he'd see me gesturing, and he'd pick up on that. No, they're just named what they're named, mono. Simple as that. So, okay, this is good. This is working. Just wondered why it said high score in the modal. Yeah, because I just wanted to get it working, and it was super, like 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Sometimes you can be serious. Nah, I don't believe him. No, you can't believe someone in a country that doesn't exist to be serious. See me gesturing, and I'd be demonetized. Yeah, maybe that's a good thing. Yeah. I'll decide on one by the time I ship this. In a million years from now, I'll decide on one, mono. Actually, mono. The good news is, you may be the first to try this one because, well, actually, I was gonna say because I was gonna do an Android build. I didn't even have to do that. One thing, full credit to Godot. Super easy to put this in a DMG file and just let you all play it on the Mac. Presumably, probably going to be that easy for an exe file as well. Yeah. Okay, so that is all of that. Let me run it again here because this is pretty much, yeah, it's. I was shocked how easy it was. I was like, that's it? Wow, that was cool. So no settings, no help screen right now. But, I mean, that is, frankly, that's the basic game, right? It's missing a whole bunch of stuff, obviously, right now. But, you know, you can play this sucker. Now, I say that. There is a couple more things I want to do. You can use the up arrow on a whatever desktop machine with a keyboard, and you've got the jump button, right? So jump button obviously covers mobile. Got the up arrow, but I am going to include controller support as well because sometimes folks like to do that. So I'm probably thinking like just the A button for you know, for jump, because I had a really I had a scope creep brain thought today while I was driving home from work for a nice feature. So these are the basic controls, right? And it's all in place. So other than switching players and a Halloween event, which, by the way, folks, iOS version, the Halloween event starts tomorrow. Go download it. Just saying. Brain thoughts are the worst, aren't they? I prefer like the stomach thoughts, you know, where they're like hungry. Yeah, or the sleep thoughts of just go to sleep. Yeah. Okay, let's do. So because I want to I'll have to refactor, and I should, the player part to switch between the boy and the girl player because, frankly, I just did not expect to make progress this quickly, right? So I've hit the wall of, dang, I'm there already, you know. Other people are getting sleep thoughts, as long as they're not getting your sleep thoughts, right? Oh, wait, you mean you're getting sleep thoughts right now? Is that what you're saying? See, I'm on to you. But this is like, okay, you could take it and play it. But see, you said that, now I'm yawning. I want to get, you know, those random foreground things in here, and here's what I thought of. And I'm tempted to complete this super basic level and let you all play with it just to have fun. But it must be that other people get my sleep thoughts since I never get any myself. I'm going to get the foreground events in there. And I thought, to myself, well, you know, I've had the idea now which is some not only hurdles to jump or things to jump, but things that like holes in the ground that you have to jump over. And so 4 ground effects. Actually, there are 4. If you remember, there's 4 different grass sprites. So the answer is yes and haha. And I thought to myself, oh, you know, I got an idea. Like, what if there was like a little drop here and it had like a pretty little waterfall or something that you got to jump over? So now I'm like, oh, I should put these things in. I should totally put these things in. Just slowly becoming Pitfall. Yeah, that's exactly, you've seen through my plan. Yeah. This is this early jumping game is kind of like the gateway game into now it's an open world 3D. It's a 2D open world game. You've seen through it. Ironic Moronic, how are you doing, buddy? All games need bird enemies. Actually, I did want to put one in this originally, but the sprites that I drew were terrible. No, I'm not going to beat around the bush. They were bloody awful. So that's why I went with the UFO. But I think it should have some. I think birds are in here, and I do have the animated coin sprites as well for you to collect. The idea was that you were going to collect coins, and then you use those coins for whatever you want. You know, whatever your choice of power up may be. Flying eagle knot. Yeah, exactly. Except that's a UFE. But things like jet boots and stuff like that, right? That's where this was going with the coins. It'll become a survival open world horror game with building mechanics. That's what I forgot. Yeah. You gotta build yourself a little home base, right? Because, you know, every game needs serious scope creep. Yeah. I love building games, by the way. Satisfactory is just so fantastic. Just want to say, yeah. Farming and relationship mechanic. Oh, good point. Yeah, we should throw in there some. The one I play on Switch is, I think it was called 4 Seasons, if I remember rightly. It's very much like Farm. What's that super popular farm one? Whatever it's called. Anyway, Four Seasons is the one on the Switch that has all that stuff. And it's great fun on the Switch. And yes, I've thought about publishing this to the Switch as well. I wondered if it was Farmville, but I don't think that is it. Yeah. I don't think it's it's not Farmville. I think it begins with S. Thank you. That's it. Stardew Valley. That's the one I'm thinking of. And I got to be honest, I didn't get into that. It just very quickly I realized like, oh, this is going to be horribly repetitive. Whereas at least with Four Seasons, I felt like I could do whatever the hell I liked, which is probably why I haven't got very far. Stardew Valley was the one. Beautifully done. Just I couldn't get into it. Got to play it like Nutter and see all your possessions at the beginning of the game and have nothing to work with. Oh, sell them all. Oh, is that what he did? Sounds about right for Nutter, doesn't it? Yeah. What if I just get... It's like if you played... I mean, you can't do it, so don't try it, because I've tried it. If you played Starfield and you're like, I should sell my ship immediately. Oh, shit, I'm stuck on the planet. Yeah. But you can't do it. It won't let you sell the default ship. So they thought that one through. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. So, what should we do next? Let's start to think about this foreground stuff, since I've made unbelievably good progress. Oh, you know what? Hang on, before I go any further. Don't do what you normally do, Peter. Don't forget to do the set it up and store it in a commit before you screw it up, right? Added player persistent data storage. Spelled wrongly, but you know. Okay, now I'm free to screw things up. I'll get myself a drink here. Actually, I'm going to grab myself a drink because I got a bit of allergies going on and I don't want to be coughing or sneezing all over the non-existent camera, but the microphone exists. Hydrate. Thank you. Keep that in thought in mind. I'm going to go get the hydrate. I'll be right back. Okay, you know what? I just had a thought. Let me think this through. I think on the PC here, I think I have that Elgato cam, whatever it is app. Maybe I can use try and use my iPhone here as the camera. Give me 1 second. Because, you know, now you just want to punish you all. So, hold on. Epoch Cam Pro, I know is what it's called. Find devices. Yeah. All right, hold on. Let's try this. The Cam whatever it is app. You know, that one. The whatever it is. Unless, of course, I uninstalled it because that would be smart. Nope, there it is. Okay. Connect your camera. Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Connection, Wi-Fi. Because I don't have any USB ports, otherwise I'd do that. Oh, actually, maybe I can. Hang on. Might as well try and do it fully here, right? Why not? In for a penny, in for a potato. Let's try it. Maybe I can use the USB-C port for this because it doesn't need all the power. Yeah. Oh, dang. You know what? I think this might work. Hang on. Well, that looks like me. Hold on, folks. Maybe I'm onto something. All right. Sources. Video capture device, because we need another one. Always need another one. We'll just call this one something or another. All right, that's promising. Not hugely promising, but promising. Isn't this exciting? Nah, not really. Okay, now get to the keyboard that I can't get to change the settings. Oh yeah, turn on the flash. That's really what we want to see happen here, right? Okay. Man, I'm so pretty. Okay, well there you go. That's better than nothing. That's what you get. Thing is, now it's right in the way on my screen. Okay, well that's better than, well, it's not that much better than nothing. All right. You asked, you got it. And also the hydrate. Click off the thing, get rid of it. There it is. Okay. So now we've got this. Let's look at our foregrounds. I don't think I've got the foreground sprites in here. There was another redeem after the hydrate. I thought I saw it. Ah, man. Okay, 3 minutes. Here we go. Wow, that was a long 3 minutes. Well, it felt like it. Okay, so that's our 3 assets we're going to run with right here, right now. Oh, don't lock your screen. I lost my... There it is. Come on. There you go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have each of these 3 randomly selected, randomly placed, randomly scaled, and randomly set the speed. But that's how we did it in the old version, in the Sprite Kit version. I want to do better in this version. I want to respect the parallax a bit more and keep it a little more controlled than it was last time. Because last time it was basically that. Pick a place, pick a size, pick a speed, run it. And it went from right to left. But the closer it is to you, in this case the bottom of the screen, I want it to move quicker for the parallax effect, right? So we're going to do... That's basically what I wanted to have happen in the first one. I just got lazy and decided I needed to ship it. So we're going to try and do it slightly better in this version. And that's what we're going to do here. So, I got 2 options open to me. I can either... I know which one is probably the best one to get started with, and I think that's what I'm going to do, which is to place them and have their speeds and everything else set accordingly to their position, and then we'll refactor it from there, right? The reason being, I want to get to something that I can ship out to a few folks to play this thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do first. So let's take a look at this. So this is our player here, right? We're going to create a new one. Let's just create... Let's create an empty node here. Oh, my box is off screen. Hang on. Oh, I gotta turn off that hot corner. I gotta turn that thing off. There you go. This is what you didn't see. So I'm just gonna create a node, an empty... I just want an empty node. I don't think there is such a thing as an empty, right? But I can just do like... Is a node basically just an empty node? Right? I just want something to contain all these in. And I guess node is as good as any, right? Node is as good as a nod, something like that. So we'll call this foreground victory assets. Video's back. Oh, Mono, welcome back to the party. Where did you go, buddy? What do you mean, Mono? It's all been here all the time. Got to use this iPhone 15 Pro for something, right? You might as well use it for that. A cheeky... Ah, I see what you did. You snuck out there when teacher wasn't looking, right? By the way, Mono, just want to say, Shadow Cat, been getting all the notifications beautifully. Want to put that out there. You're in the hall. Gotta add a sprite 2D. This doesn't need to be anything fancy. We just call this grass 1 and we just put that in there. Now, you don't see it here because right now it's way up there. That is a big patch of grass. Yeah, I did say a big patch of grass. Now, what I'm going to do, let me think about this. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to create all these first. So, sprite. By the way, folks, surviving ice falling from the sky. What? Is it snowing for you? Is that what you mean? It is winter time for you, right? No, it's summertime. No, wait. You are heading from winter into summer right now, right? Something like that. Grass number 2. For For this one, I need to change. Actually, I've done this wrong. I should have just done this the other way. I could change this, but let's just delete that. No, you don't want to do it for me today? I'm sure you did it for me the other day. No? Okay. All right. Grass 2. And one more. Grass 3. Oh. Grass 3. Okay, that's the basic structure right there, right? Now that I've got all of these, let's move them. What? Am I... Yeah, but that's not... Oh, yeah, okay. Now I see my mistake. Let's do this instead. Let's have a 2D node. Because I'm going to lose control of some of the things I want. Get rid of that. Needs to be under the UI, needs to be right there. Now I should be able to move them all. There you go. And then let's set the 0 position for each of those to be, actually let's set them off screen about here, although they're hugely massive right now. So let's go about there. Oh, it's half stones for you. Oh my word. Halm stones might not be a thing in Texas, buddy. You have not paid enough attention. You do not want to know how many roofs I've had to replace because of hailstones in Texas. Let's just put it that way. Might not be a thing in Texas. What's wrong with that guy? Exactly, even the hailstones and the expensive roofing bills. Trust me on this. Okay, this might not be a good idea, but this I was about to ask, can I scale all of these at once? And I got the answer, and I may regret it. Okay, let's set this to 0.3. Okay, that's a good place to start. And now set the 0 position to be about there off screen and there. That's why I was confused. And then what we're going to do, yeah, that's going to work. Okay. Let's take each of these. We're going to set the positions manually right now. So let's have number 2 be here, and then number 3. Just so I can get a basic system working and then work it out from there, right? Let's move them all down to there. Okay. Oh, my allergies. Oh, my word. Just awful. Okay, so we've got those in there. What we can do, this is very simple, right? I'm just going to build this very simple system here. Pollens are bigger in Texas too. Yeah, that I can well believe, I tell you. They'll knock you over. They're like, bam! Okay, let's look at our script for the level. This is how we're just going to do a very basic system here to get started, right? So if folks look at this and go, wow, that's really bad, doesn't he know about this or that in Godot? You're probably not. we'll refine this as we go along. I know there is there's a random sound player. I remember someone in the chat room, Captain Fubar, it might have been you. Someone told me about that. But I'm going to build a process manually here for sort of finite control right now. The only decision really is whether to do an animation timeline for the movement on these, or really just to say, nah, just move them. Move them like you do the, move them like you do the hurdle. Now. And I think the hurdle position is real easy. I think I'm just going to go with that. Actually, we're going to start with that because this doesn't need to be timeline animation. It only does one very simple motion. And also if I do it this way, I can control the speed better rather than have to tweak frame rates and everything else. So let's do this. When we come in on each of these here, this will probably, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I will probably refactor this out to a function or something at some point. But for now, let's do this, right? Let's put ourselves a little note here, say foreground control, and we'll just say if foreground grass 1 dot position dot x is less than, we can do the same as the hurdle end position here. That will work just fine, right? But I say that, immediately I realize that's not a good plan. Let's do foreground end position. So is less than the foreground end position, then foreground grass 1 dot x minus equal for now, let's do this very manual, right? Because I want, like I say, I want to have control here, and for right now, we can just go with these variables, and I'll refactor this to something more useful. So we're going to say foreground asset speeds. So we'll just say grass 1 equals, this is going to be the one furthest away. Let's start with, pick a number. All right, we'll just do this in hundreds, right? We'll be able to see that. So 200, 300 is going to be, woo! Work sucks today. Dealing with a brute force attack hacker trying to get free alcohol. Dang it. Those people. If you can't trust internet people, honestly, right? Okay, grass one. Actually, I should really have done that. Right. And yes, these could be constants, but like I say, this is a temporary mechanism to get this one working. $600 requests a second. Dude, that's nothing. You should see the kind of attacks they try and place on the stuff from my day job. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. Otherwise, and I realize I've done this wrong. There you go. Still can't get used to that. Otherwise, the foreground grass 1.x equals foreground start position. We'll just reset it. And the foreground start position is give or take the same. 1984. What a great year for something. Okay, that should take care of the first one. That should bomb. What did I not do? Foreground start position not declared in the. Yeah, because I spelled foreground wrong. What delta did I get wrong here? Hang on. What did I get wrong? Invalid set index x. Sprite Ditto with a value of type int. Okay. Oh. Position. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't see any grass. Anyone else see any grass? I don't see any grass. Debug. Okay, we are not hitting that code. Oh. You know what? That should be more than. Yeah, no. Okay, we hit it. Minus the speed, grass 1 speed, times delta. Grass underscore 1 underscore speed is 100. 100 times delta, yep. And then hurdle, so like hurdle speed where it's got 300, yeah. Let's do this. Let's put that somewhere where we can see it. Is it even moving? It's not even appearing. Okay, what have I got wrong? Oh, no, wait. Those are in front of the ground. Funny thing is, you don't even see it, right? Because if I did that, it's going to put it behind it. Okay, those I don't have to worry about right now. Well. Let's do this. Let's put that on there. Hit play. Oh. Hold on. I know why. Because, yeah. I think I know why. Huh. Hang on. Let's put the parent back because those numbers are not based on that. Right? That's the problem. Is those numbers are calculated from a 0 position up there. Show me a whole bunch of grass in the sky. There you go, and there's the movement. Yeah. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Put that back down there. Because it just makes more sense to be down there. Foreground end position. Should be 0. So start position should be 0, sorry. End position needs to be some number I don't know. End position needs to be, let's take a look here. minus 112. Oh, no. No. Sorry, that's that one. Start at 0. Minus a big number. I know, these numbers are weird, right? Well, don't see. Oh, what is? Oh, I do see it. It's moving extremely slowly, and it's a little on the small side. Okay. I do see it. Can I ask an Apple review question? Of course you can. You know you can ask questions anything you time. Anytime you want one, you know you can ask questions. Only one? Okay, how about this? Cocoa type can only answer one. I'll get the rest. I hope that works out for you. Because I'm pretty sure it's not going to work out good. And we're going to change these speeds because that was awfully slow. Start position, by the way, we're now going to make that. Nope, no, we're still good with that. There we go. That's more like it. Now, you want to go here because the player should be behind that grass. Should be. And they are. Great. Somehow magical grass keeps moving even when the game's not running. Alright, let's see what this question is. I pushed a new build to review while I still had the rejection from the last build. They seem to have tested the old build and rejected it, which is dumb. They even have a note saying you can update the binary. Yeah, I left them a comment asking basically what the fuck. Okay, let me start there. Sorry for the language, by the way. You got to be nice to these people. Don't get snooty with them, because it never is going to work out for you. Let me just say that. I know it's terrible, but that's the way it is. And I'm looking at the wrong camera. It's been 48 hours. Should I just cancel that rejection review and submit a new one, or just keep waiting for their excuse? Okay. Gonna give you a little bit of tough love advice here. You gotta suck up to these people. I know. These people, these folks are the gatekeepers to your kingdom, right? If you don't be nice to them, they're not going to help you out. Okay, all right, fine. As far as so you submitted one, it was rejected. I'll ask a stupid question because I don't think you said. Did you attach the new binary to the for review? Let me start there. Because if you didn't attach the new binary, that's exactly why they got the old one. Shows the new build 14 in the rejection response. Okay, but does it still have the old binary? You've only got the one new binary attached, right? Does that make sense? I mean, the short answer here is yes, you could cancel that one and submit a new review with the new one. You could certainly do that. I mean, that might be the easiest route. You could do that. And then that way it means there won't be any of these kind of issues, right? Otherwise, what they're basically saying is, hey, fix this in this one that you've submitted to get it passed, right? So I guess I would say this, right? You could cancel it and do a new one. It ain't going to hurt none. Yeah. Hello, Adam Wolf. How you doing? Kind of interested in their response, but in the same time, pushing a new build seems to get reviewed in 24 hours. But a response is taking... Oh, no. Responses will always take longer. Because remember, as much as you get a random reviewer, you're going to get a random new person look at the response, right? I don't... Yeah, normally, like when I submitted my Endless Hurdles update, it took about 7 hours, 6 hours, something like that the other day. But even when I submitted, you may recall, it didn't even take 24 hours when I submitted it the first time, the 1.0. But hey, cancel it, do a new one. It is not going to hurt you any. Yeah. And maybe, I can't say that it'll be quicker or slower. Maybe, I don't know. But I guess the answer is there is no harm in canceling and submitting a new one. I don't think I've had to do that before. But I've never had to cancel one that I recall. But you can do it. Yeah. It's not going to hurt you any. If you cancel one, you don't get punished time-wise on the new one, if that's what you're thinking. Coco Type says, I think the opposite is actually true, and that's the problem. A new review will get you a new reviewer. A response will get you the same one, and maybe they're on their weekend. Oh, okay. I've had failed reviews before, but I mean, there's nothing that I recall to indicate who it is. So I just remember someone telling me that one time. I don't know if it's true or not. I just know that that's what someone told me. But in answer to the original question, yeah, go ahead, cancel it. Do a new one. Why? You can do that. You don't even have to cancel it, I don't think. You can just submit a new one. Right? It would be good to cancel the old one so that you don't confuse matters in the future when you're sleepy and tired and wonder what's going on. I don't know, I guess is the answer. That's 1 and 1 now. One person saying it is the same one person saying it wasn't. I don't know which one it is. Yeah. Being cautious, kind of keen to keep the rejection and work through the issues with them to make sure the app is okay to release. Well, but you're going to know if okay, hang on, that doesn't make sense, because if you're submitting a new build, that's going to tell you whether the app is okay to release, because if they pass that one, you know it's okay to release and is approved. Right? It doesn't really matter about the old one at that point. Only because a reviewer accepted my first version but rejected my second. Yeah, well, welcome to the random luck of reviewers. I know. You could reply. I've done this before. I've had a situation where something was fine for many releases over many years, and then randomly someone said, oh, hey, this thing. And I replied and said, well, it's been good for this many releases on this many years, because it was just a metadata thing. And can you just explain to me why it's not good now? Next thing I know, it was approved and fine. So your experience may vary. But yeah. So if I resubmit, I could be I could be appled. Then that version after rejected. What? You may want to correct the spelling mistakes. Oh, it could be approved. Then that version rejected again. Well, if you don't do anything to the rejected version, it will be rejected again, potentially. Yeah, but like I say, why bother? Why bother resubmitting if you want to go that route? You don't have to resubmit for the rejected. You could just do a new one. It's entirely up to you which way you want to go, but I feel confident that it would be quicker to just do a new submission. That's my take on it. And I'm unanimous in that. Yeah. I don't know if it's the HDMI capture, but I'm seeing video ripping on the hurdle here. It may just be the HDMI capture. I hope. But we've got the grass number 1 in there, right? I'm just gonna get it to the end. You want to get back to Shadowcat? Yeah, I want you to get back to Shadowcat. Okay, hang on. I gotta focus here for a second. I need the grass to get to the end and make sure it loops back correctly. Suddenly this is a lot harder to do. Gonna use the up arrow. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to work for you if you wait one more day, because from what you're telling me, it's not going to pass. Right? Okay, I don't think... Oh, I don't think the grass reset itself. But I think that's because of what I've got in the code here. We need a Twitch Plays Infinite Runner bot. Yeah, exactly. Jump. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? Hey, you know, I could probably do that with Coco Type's help. If you put... that would be fun. You could put jump and it would send basically to the keyboard an up arrow or something. Yeah. Ouch. Exactly. Thank you, Coco Type. Putting in the missing sound. That's probably something we could do. Twitch remote play hurdles. There you go. Oh, wouldn't it be great if you could do that? And like instead of getting points, you got a bit or something. No, that would cost me a fortune. Wait, maybe you just get a Compile Swift coin. My 15-second lag says I'm out. That's a real good point, because I got about a fraction of a second lag. I'm watching and coding in OBS preview here, you know, not the actual Mac desktop. So my response time's a little slow. Plus I'm old. Give me 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. All right. Head out while he's gone so he can't guilt me into staying. I would never guilt him into staying if he's already gone. See you later, Coco. Have a good one, buddy. If he's already gone. Dang, dude. Okay, so it didn't loop. Let's take a look at that. Oh, because, well, no. I guess it never kicks in. But I do want to speed it up a bit. Let's do this. This is going to be horrible, but I want to track the numbers here. Let's just have this on the console. Let's take this. Let's just check it. It shouldn't go past 6960, but I got a feeling it does. And all I got to do is jump these hurdles. That's how easy this should be. Actually, look, 4,000 something is the number. Yeah, okay. Hold on, folks. Oh, because it was smaller, right? 43.52. Eventually I'm going to convert these numbers to non-static so that they pick up from the screen size, but there you go. That's more like it. Okay. We'll just get the 3 working and then we'll make this better. Because right now this code is going to be horribly repetitive and it shouldn't and doesn't need to be. But hey, like I said, we're just going to get this working and then we'll make life better. Maybe there's a little piece of grass right there. Okay, I think I need to change. Yeah, I screwed up. I didn't move them. No wonder you can't see that one. So the way I did this in the Sprite Kit version was basically I generate a random number. If that random number fits within certain ranges, it would generate the sprite for one of those graphs and activate them, and away it goes. That gave it all the nice randomness that you saw in the iOS game. By the way, after midnight, so 30 minutes from now, go get the iOS version of the game, because 30 minutes from now, the event will unlock for Halloween. So there you go. Let me put that in the chat here. Right. Go grab the game from there. If you play the, I mentions it in the notes, but if you play the Halloween event while the Halloween event is active, it'll stay unlocked for you forever. So there you go. That's your incentive. Okay, let's think about this. What I'm trying to decide is, do I do a basic version of this right now for the random, or do I do the full-blown version that'll take longer than I probably have time today? That's the question. Makes more sense to do the full version, right? And think this through. In which case I'll need to go away and think this through. Because what I'm thinking is to not have these on exist as nodes in the scene, and to add them with code and give me the full control that I want, and have them added at runtime randomly and all that good stuff. That, to me, is kind of the thing that I felt like I should do. That's the end goal, anyway. I should do this properly, right? That's what I should do. And then we won't need any of this. So we would need to create probably a factory for this, and then have the factory return one of these. That's what I do in the iOS version. Yeah, in which case I want to spend a little more time understanding the system here in Godot before I do that. And it also means I can rip out all of this because that will exist with it too. Yeah, I agree with myself. Okay. Cool. Well, I have made a lot of progress here on the things that I needed to get in place. Now, what I'm thinking of doing, and I'll ask the chat room on this, I'm thinking of exporting what I've got right now to start basically exporting to Mac and Windows, something like that, so that you can all play with this and start giving me the good feedback like you always do, and thank you for that. And then you can track along with the progress, but it also gives you all a chance to play this as well, this version, and see how you feel compared to the iOS Sprite Kit version. But I want to make it something a little more special and not just give it out to anybody, even though the game is free. But these development ones, I want to give them to the Discord, I think, as a way to just thank everybody on the Discord for being there on the Discord. And such a great Discord is such a great community that I feel like it makes sense to do that and get the good feedback like I did on the Sprite Kit version. Also, I'm getting a pretty good high score here. Of course, as I say that, I hit the dang hurdle. Okay, before I go any further though, these grass speeds for this version temporarily right now need to be, when I'm dead, yeah, I need to basically set these grass speeds. Let's just set the grass speed to 0 so that they stop, right? Because it doesn't make sense that the grass would keep moving when you're dead. Let's just fix that one right now. Yeah. Right? There you go. That's how that's supposed to be. Ain't nothing moving when you're dead. App icon is wonderful. Adam Wolf, thank you for that. That was actually generated by Mid-Journey, and Coco Type generated that in Mid-Journey for me. So thank you for that. Yeah. Dead? These are some vicious... Dude, these hurdles, you have no idea. I think I even said, like, on one stream, it's like, I feel as I've gone through all the different game engines, the hurdles have got more and more vicious as they went along. And now they just got ultimate control. So I'll have to stop using different game engines because I don't know what happens next. Okay, so that takes... I've fixed the bug in the temporary code. That's the good news. And I have been reading through the documentation. I forget... it was either Ironic Moronic or Captain Fubar, one of you two, I think it was, that pointed me to the node class and so on. And I've been reading through those and learning a lot. So thank you very much for pointing that out to me. All right. Let's see here. Is there anything else I want to do on this today? I don't think I do. I mean, it's working. I think what I want to do next, now the basic things are there, again, in very basic ways, but I'm getting in, goal here was to get in the functionality that exists in the current Sprite Kit version, and then, work the two in parallel for at least the rest of the year, because of the Christmas event after the Halloween event. So I feel like I need to move on and firstly put sounds in. Secondly, add the help screen and add the settings screen. And then that takes care of all of the UI parts and sort of, the media parts, right? That puts all of those in. And then that's the basic level done for this, other than refactoring this code into a nicer, better way, which is a goal as well. But then that at least gives me, I won't have the Halloween event in this version, but this gives me the solid base plate to start from. And again, I'm shocked at how quickly I've gone through this, and that's a credit to Godot and to the folks that are helping me out in the chat room. Ouch punch, yeah. And I still like the idea of having you folks in the chat room and the Discord and that record the sounds for this if you want to, rather than just me doing it. I think that will be fun. But I think if I do that, I have to be gonna plan it out a bit, because I don't want to have random different voices each time, right? So when he jumps and goes whoop, right, it's got to be the same voice, right? But maybe there's a system to pick different voices, something like that, kind of like as Coco Type was messing around with Siri the other day, making sure none of my devices reacted to that. Nope, good. So I have some plans. And like I say, I've already thought of some other things to add in here, which would be cool. Upgrade a few more of the graphics, things like that. But this is coming along so fast. It's amazing. Full credit to Godot on this. It's absolutely amazing how quickly this thing's coming along. Super pleased with it. You'll redeem 50k points for my own mono character. Hey, if you want to supply the graphics for it and the audio, I will be happy to put them in there for you, Mono. If you want to become a character in the game. Well, that's why I was going to let you do it, and then you can model it any way you want, right? So, this opens up the options to give you each your own customized version. I don't know. Maybe that's a terrible thing for me to think about. But hey, I love to do it. This is all just awesome fun, right? But you know what, Mono? Maybe for you, that gives you an option for some kind of extra ability, right? Eagle Naught's already in the game. Actually, we didn't add the sounds for Eagle Naught in the Halloween event, but I do want to do that as an in-game little thing that we can set up. So yeah, I'm just having a blast with this game, and Godot in particular. The Godot version makes things a lot easier to implement quicker. Screaming Eagle Witch Naught. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, hey, like I say, I'm just having fun doing this. So we can play around with all sorts of things, because why not, right? There's a shipping version, and then I can have the special edition, the Dev Club Discord special edition version. How about that, right? Which would you want first? Would you want a Windows version or a Mac version? Because I got to set up the parameters and everything. So I don't mind which one it is, but I'd rather do one first and then do the other one. The DMG said the Mac one is super easy. I'll say that. I haven't checked the Windows yet, but the Mac one is super easy. I don't even think I have the icon in place yet either, actually. So yeah, you just tell me which one you think you'd prefer, and I'll focus on that build first. Yeah. Did the chat stall out on the stream? Like on the display on the stream? Because it looks like it did. Right? I'm looking at it here. Looks like it paused out maybe. Because the Twitch chat is way ahead of the on-screen chat. All right. Yeah. I think I'm gonna leave it there for today. Right. We just hit the 2-hour mark. I think what I'm gonna do. Made awesome progress. We've got the persistent storage working. We've got some foreground elements. We're going to progress on with the other stuff next time. Probably work on this in between streams and do it from there. Next stream will be a Swifty one, right? Not sure what day. Worst case, I'm hoping to shoot for Sunday. Didn't make it last time, but the next one will definitely be a Swifty one. And we keep these midweek ones to game development. I kind of feel like I'm liking that pattern. Hopefully you are all liking that too. Yeah. All right, folks, that's what I got for you here. If you like this stuff and you want to talk about this stuff, go to our Discord, right? If you go to compileswift.com, and scroll down, you'll see there's a thing on there for Discord, and in there we talk about not just Swifty things, right? Game development, indie business, anything and everything is fair game in there from a development perspective. We have a game development one. A lot of folks in there talking about their games. The indie business one is indie dev business is a popular one too. So check it out. Go to compileswift.com. Look for the Discord link. It'll bring you right over. All right, folks. Yeah, we're gonna leave it there because I gotta work tomorrow. I know, sad, isn't it? But it is 1 o'clock here. Yeah. So that's it. Have a great one. Thank you. Looks like it's working good on the PC as far as I can tell. So I'm gonna go with this setup for now. Let me know if it didn't work out great. But other than that, folks, have an awesome one. Have an awesome, and I will see you next time. I think tomorrow is. Not sure if it's Hey Jay Wilson, but Notify should be streaming. Let me see. I should have some things here. Hang on. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Where's all my windows? I don't have it open. I don't know if this is gonna work. No, it didn't work. Hang on. Give me. I'm on so many different machines. It's crazy. Hey, Adam Wolf. No problem, buddy. Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate it. And same for everybody else. Thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. You all make it so awesome. So nice to see you all. It really makes a difference to the end of a work day. Trust me. Yeah. Yeah, Mono, thanks. Appreciate it, buddy. You have a good one. All right, folks, have a good one, and I will see you next time. I got to fix up all my links now on my PC, but this one should end everything. Not everything, just the stream. See you later.